Hi everyone, Rachel here with Index for the Next World. Just wanted to hop on for a quick chat about Brainstorm block. As many of you know, I love brainstorming from a lot of different perspectives. I love brainstorming in the garden. I love brainstorming in any kind of design process, whether it's how am I going to organize my kitchen, how am I going to organize my life, or how can this organization imagine and design ourselves into a future that we want to be a part of. And that's the topic I'm working on today. I'm prepping a narrative futures design online course that you will hear more about soon. I'm really excited about it. I'm collaborating with a really cool company to help bring this to life. But I am hitting brainstorm block. I'm having a lot of resistance. And it's not because I can't think of any ideas. It's because I can think of a lot of ideas and I don't know how I'm going to organize them, and it feels overwhelming and kind of exciting, but that makes me also have this resistance. So I think a lot of people who I work with one-on-one or companies are often hard on themselves about the fact that it feels hard to come up with ideas. And I just want to really normalize that. Even for someone who is kind of obsessed with the ideation process like me, if I could just get paid to come up with ideas all day, honestly, that would be awesome. I, with my own projects, do hit that brainstorm resistance, that brainstorm block. So I want to talk to you about my strategies that I'm using today to get past it. One is productive procrastination. Good morning, Juniper. Clearly I'm here making a video instead of brainstorming. And Juniper's getting back in bed. So that's where we're at, like, as a household. If you're really having a lot of resistance, sometimes that's the time when you get all the other things you don't want to do done because you really don't want to do this thing. That's totally fine. If you have a deadline, it doesn't work as well. But taking breaks like this is a break for me, can really help. So remember, with brainstorming and ideation, it's really helpful to have a timer, sticky notes, and a place to put them. And when the timer goes off, you stop. A lot of people advise that you then immediately sort your ideas. And I actually disagree with that. I think taking anywhere from a 5-minute to a full day break and then coming back to them is really helpful. The reason that's helpful for me is because I'm obsessed with ideas, as I mentioned. And so I think they all sound like a good idea when I'm first interacting with them. And so I need a break from the high of, ideas, in order to actually sort through which of these best meet my needs and values right now in this situation, rather than I like them just because they're ideas. So taking a break serves multiple purposes in that way. Another great thing you can do is bribery, right? So when we're doing something that's not a routine, it takes willpower and rewards to get us to do it. That's part of life. They might be intrinsic rewards a lot of the time, right? Internal to us. But when that's not working, extrinsic rewards, external rewards, are viable. And you can do everything from what you would do with a kid, because remember, kids are just people and so are we as adults, where you can create a sticker chart. If you are looking for an excuse as an adult to use stickers, make yourself a sticker chart. And when you get 10, whatever's in that sticker chart, whether it's 10 runs or 10 sessions of doing the dishes or 10 brainstorm sessions, you get something else extrinsic, like, oh, my favorite cereal that's a little too sugary, I get to buy that for the week. So small things that are really, really fun work really great as bribes. You can do it that way as like building a habit over time, or if you're doing a one-off session like I am right now that you're having resistance to, you can literally create a treat for the end of it, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's going to be, I'm going to make a very fancy spiced coffee that I get after a very short, and this is key, short brainstorming session. So it shouldn't have to be a long time to get to the reward. It needs to feel within reach, right? We're not talking about 2 days of labor and then you get a little something. I'm talking, put the timer on, 5 minutes of ideation, get a treat, right? Because it gives you something to reach for that you don't have a block around. So if I have a block around, like, this needs to be really good, that's why I'm trying to get it done, then I might not do it because I'm afraid it won't be really good. But if I'm like, I just need to put in 5 minutes on this so I can have my coffee, that's a little more accessible. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Another thing you can do is create an accountability buddy. situation. This is really easy with short brainstorms, right? If you're just like, I need you to hang out with me on video, on phone, on chat, whatever, for 5 minutes so that I don't let myself go do something else. And then at the end, will you celebrate with me? These are really easy things to ask friends for. Friends love to do them for each other. It doesn't have to be a coworker. It doesn't have to be anything particularly official. But try some of these tools the next time you have brainstorm block, because usually you've just made the stakes really high for yourself when you don't need to. Whether it's like, I can't think of anything and that means I'm screwed. No, you can always ask for help with brainstorming. If you're really in a block, you can bring in someone like me who loves to do brainstorming and collaborate on brainstorming or facilitate brainstorming. You can ask a friend to do a brainstorming session with you. There's lots of options if you really can't think of ideas. So you're not screwed if you can't think of anything. If you're like me and you're like, I have a ton of ideas and I feel like I'm going to drown in them, that's what the timer's for. That's what the accountability buddy is for, to keep you from going too deep, spending days inside the ideas. But try those things of rewards, extrinsic rewards if the intrinsic ones aren't working, taking a break, and having some form of accountability and celebration, just in small little chunks, right? We think about those as things that are for big projects. But if you're having a block about something, let it also have those tools available to you. So that's my quick chat for today. And also just to say, like, even people who do this all the time struggle with it. When we struggle with the self-worth stuff that gets wrapped up in, am I going to finish the project? Can I think of the thing? Why can't I figure out how to design my life in the way that I really need to, or my organization the way that I really need to? That's why we do collaborative work, is to get beyond our own boundaries. But it's also why we create a practice of ideation so that it becomes less precious about each idea, right? I'm not so like, this idea has to be perfect and precious, because I know I can do more. It's a muscle that I've built. And I have been slacking on working out my ideation muscle in the past week. So I'm like the first or maybe the second workout of returning to a workout routine here. And that's where you want to use those rewards, those buddy systems, those taking breaks, those starting small, even though you might think, well, it's all or nothing. I got to do a really good job or I'm not going to do it, which, I can go there too. Don't worry about the ideas being good. That's always a rule of brainstorming, right? But especially when you're in brainstorming block, you don't need to worry if they're good. You just need some ideas. That is a success. If you can't get them yourself, ask somebody else. Good luck with your brainstorm block. Have fun thinking of any ideas, as weird as they may be. Get yourself a treat, and I'll see you soon. Bye.